Papa, you had a question?
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Chen, for your time. My name is Papa. I am from Senegal, West Africa. And hearing you share your experience in the diamond industry, and it's such a trustworthy industry. And we know in Africa, we talk about the blood diamond.
Yes.
We talk about how many people have been killed in the diamond industry there. Could you share with us your point of view and what can we do to make sure that the diamond industry in Africa can be trustworthy the same way it is in the United States?
It's a very excellent question. Allow me a circuitous route answer, please. I was asked before the implementation of what is today known as the Kimberley process to participate in a conference telephone call with 3 or 4 U.S. senators and 3 or 4 U.S. representatives from Congress. And they were asking my opinion as an expert about the wisdom of this plan that they were contemplating called the Kimberley process. And they felt a need to do something. And I was strongly opposed to the concepts that they were proposing. And I tried to make it extremely clear that A, I was well aware of the problem, B, it is a terrible problem. It's very real and it's very terrible, or it was at that time. It still exists, but not to the extent. Having said that, my problem, my objection, was that the typical U.S. reaction to anything is to have big government, have a bigger government, and a bigger government solution. And what that would do would be to cause an entire industry to exist of paperwork. And that paperwork would increase the cost of diamonds to everybody worldwide, which would hurt the people that are mining it the most. That's A. B, it would foster a fraudulent industry, a criminal industry of dealing in false papers and counterfeit papers, and everybody would lose. They thanked me for my time and implemented the Kimberley process. The reality is that people have to take control at a local level to the extent that they can of running their society, running their country. And by making the issues clear to the rest of the world, honorable people will support the right cause. A not dissimilar situation from a political solution standpoint exists, and I'm going to come back to the blood diamond in a minute, but in Asia, with the rubies that George W. Bush said we're not allowed to import from Burma, and Barack Obama, first thing he did in office was reaffirm that embargo. And you've got, doing that put 25,000 people in Thailand out of work, and it did no good for anybody in Myanmar. And the people that were doing the corrupt things are still doing it, and nothing has changed. The good people worldwide are very cognizant of what they are doing and whether it's right or wrong. And we can discuss slavery going back thousands of years. And this problem is continuing and has continued and has never stopped for thousands of years. There are different places in the world where it's more endemic than others. And there are different times in the history of, in current history, when it's focused upon or attention is drawn to it more than others. And some things, when all of a sudden it sells newspapers, there's more awareness of it. Or they make a movie out of it and there's more awareness of it. The reality is that there's a right way and a wrong way to conduct your business. And if you're dealing in products that have abuses in the system, you need to find out and be sensitive to where those abuses are and be sure to avoid them and be sure who you're supporting or not supporting. And that, to me, is the ultimate responsibility of the diamond manufacturers. And if they're that insensitive, then the people that are buying from them should choose other vendors. I can assure you that we are given multiple opportunities to buy product that is not legally sourced or that is stolen. And if it's stolen from some lady's house and we buy it in one of our stores, or if it's a blood diamond or something else and there's a slavery or God knows what else that's improper, that's immoral, that's illegal, we pay attention to our sources. And we're very aloof, we're snobbish in the mindset of some. There are certain dealers that we simply won't buy from. I don't care what the product is, I don't care how cheap it is. We won't associate with. And you need to know the reputation of who you're dealing with. And I think those are the real ways to solve these problems. Again, in this particular example, you're dealing with a lot of corrupt governments that are, and it's whether it's tribal, tribe against tribe, or government against government, or whatever it may be. The government leaders frequently are the ones that are getting the rich, and their accounts in Switzerland seem to keep growing. So I understand how that works.